Hey again. Appreciate everybody's feedback from last weekend's episode where I showed off this Spark amp, which again is a ton of fun. Sometimes wish I had more time to fool around with it. But the thing I forgot to mention was not just to show the effects, but kind of indicate why they're important. It really is an indication of why certain songs went from good to great, and why some of these tones become so distinctive. A perfect example to illustrate how different the same exact set of strings played can be markedly different with the effect that you put towards it is like Sunshine of Your Love was one of the first examples of someone having real distortion. Like Eric Clapton was a trailblazer in that regard. So kind of a cool little lick, probably lifted it from Muddy Waters or someone. But then I guess he figured out a way, supposedly maybe even stabbing the amp with a knife to create physical distortion. He put it through some serious distortion, and the rest is kind of history, because I can't imagine what it must have been like. This was one of the first time people heard this type of sound coming through a record, or albeit live, hearing it. So you can see, huge difference, same exact notes played, but that's really what made that such a classic, was that unique effect that Eric Clapton perfected and kind of launched this army of would-be guitarists and other famous guitarists. Again, one of which would be Jimmy Page, equally experimental and influential at the time. And perfect example is Whole Lot of Love. So kind of a fun, funky song to play, but when it's clean, doesn't really like A World on Fire. But then when you do, this one's called English Fireball. So, completely different. And if you want to see something funny, you should watch a movie called This Might Get Loud, and it's him, The Edge, and Jack White, and Jack White and The Edge are watching Jimmy play this on huge speakers, and you can see the gawking 12-year-old boy in both of them just watching this idol play this song, and it is evocative. I mean, that's why people get so moved by this, is the song, the power. I mean, it emotionally moves you. So, but anyway, this was not limited to hard rock. Effects were in jazz and funk, all sorts of things. And on the bass, it obviously had a very different effect as well. So you have a song like Money, Money, Money by the OJs has a famous bass line. And again, pretty cool, funky thing. But then you have Anthony Jackson, who was the bassist, really broke the mold and started using a phaser to create a very unique sound that completely changed this from a fun sounding thing to a legendary bass line. So let's see if we can. It's called a phaser. So I mean, that you could play for hours and have fun. So again, just a few examples on this fun little Spark amp. Again, if there are other sounds or things you want to know, I actually love the musical history side of it, just kind of explaining how things came to be, and you know, not taking for granted that some things just didn't exist and then someone invented it. So anyway, hope you have a good one. Happy long weekend, and see you next time.